Her voice is still pitched high, thanks to her youth, but it has a certain incipient darkness to it, a low richness that will mature in the coming years to the smoky tones of a priestess or a queen, a woman of great natural power. Ladies and gentlemen, those words were written by Libby Hawker in the book Daughter of Sand and Stone. From those words, you clearly get the picture that the voice has an impact on how people will judge you and your presentation. Let's have a look at 4 aspects of voice. First, there is volume. Be able to control the loudness and the softness of your voice helps to keep the audience's attention. Speaking too loudly for a long time will bother your audience. Speaking too softly for a long time will annoy listeners too, as they struggle to grasp your words. Volume level depends on the size and the shape of the room. However, you should always vary your volume level for emphasis. For example, if you're conveying anger, you will want to increase your volume. If you're sharing something secretive with the audience, lower the volume. Secondly, there's pitch. The pitch is a sound of how high or how low you are on the musical scale. Vary your pitch as you speak. Droning on in a monotone voice will quickly put your listeners to sleep, and speaking in a squeaking voice will make them want to cover their ears. You should adapt the pitch of your voice to the material you're presenting. For example, a high pitch conveys excitement and enthusiasm, while a low pitch conveys sadness and thoughtfulness. Thirdly, there's rate. This is the number of words you can speak per minute. You speak too fast and your audience will not be able to keep up with you. You speak too slowly and your listeners will lose interest. You want to speak fast enough so that people keep their attention throughout, but slow enough that they can digest what you are saying. The most effective speaking rate is approximately 125 to 160 words per minute. You should vary the rate, moving quickly through some of the material, but slowing to emphasize important information or to communicate complex ideas. And finally, there's quality. Your voice should convey friendliness, naturalness, and confidence. It should be enjoyable and pleasant to the ears. Record yourself and listen to yourself on your phone. Does the voice sound harsh, breathy, shrill, thin, or nasal? You can improve it by relaxing and eliminating tension from your voice. At times, you won't want to use your voice. Well-timed silences or pauses add impact to your words and are powerful speaking techniques. A pause can be used to emphasize your main points. A moment of silence before a statement tells the listener that you are about to say something important. A brief pause after you make the statement tells the listener that you just said something very important. Breathe. Appropriate pauses are your opportunity to inhale. A pause can also be used to punctuate. Pauses often serve as punctuation, telling listeners that you have ended a sentence or a thought. And a pause can be used to attract attention. When you feel that listeners are distracted, pause. Your silence will attract their attention back to you. Your voice should be expressive, showing a wide range of emotion. An expressive voice adds more meaning to the words that you use. That enhances your message and adds interest for your audience. I'll say some passages aloud now, using the tone of voice appropriate to each. I appreciate all that you have done for me, and I hope to return the favor someday. This was a simple, honest statement. The next example. Kindness? Do you call that kindness? I wouldn't treat a stray dog the way you have treated me. In that sentence, you clearly hear resentment, anger, and unfriendliness. Next example. If each of us does one kind thing for someone else every day, we could make the world a better place to live in. You've heard expressions of deep feelings and earnestness and conviction. Notice how my tone and effect vary with the different thoughts I expressed. See how easy it is to change the meaning by changing your emphasis. As an experiment, call a friend on the telephone and talk for several minutes on some topic of mutual interest. Vary your tone of voice, rate, pitch, and volume. Use pauses to emphasize a point or arouse interest in what you are going to say next. At the same time, keep your vocal experimentation within context of normal conversation. Like body language, your speaking voice should be natural and consistent with the meaning of the words being spoken. Achieving a speaking voice that is comfortable for you and enjoyable for the audience takes thought and practice. After you have outlined and drafted your speech, read it and note any places where you can vary the rate, the pitch, the volume, and your vocal quality. Or pause to add emphasis or meaning. Speak clearly and project your voice. Try several different methods to see which one is most effective. Match vocal variety to your words. You should be compelled to change your voice when your thoughts or words require it. Don't worry if your first efforts at vocal variety are awkward. The more you rehearse your speech and become familiar with your voice, the more comfortable you'll become. Use your phone in rehearsals to help you improve. If you want to be a queen or a king of great natural power, learn to use your voice. Vary volume, pitch, and rate, and use pauses to take full control over your voice quality. I'm looking forward to listening to your next speech.